Hey there, I'm Jamie Smith with CF Pro Tools, and today I want to show you a quick demonstration on how to use a new add-on called the CF Bump Content add-on. What this does is it allows you to take your normal bump box content that looks like this on the screen here, just kind of blah, nothing special, just a plain paragraph of text, and that's really all you can control, to being able to do something like this, where you have multiple lines of text, some with bold, maybe put an image in there, maybe put a little special block in there, and just kind of spruce up your bump content a little bit. So it's super simple to do, and let's jump right into it. So I'm going to bounce into the ClickFunnels editor here, and you can see I've got just a basic order form here with a bump element installed. And so in the bump element, normally you have your OTO headline, which is the this red little block here, one-time offer, your bump headline, which is the yes, I will take it, and then your OTO text, which is just this dark text here, the black text, and it's just basic text. You only have one line to enter it, so you can't put in paragraph breaks and bolds and italics and all that fun stuff. So you're pretty limited here on what that can be. But what you want to do is go ahead and what I would recommend is go ahead and insert your bump element just like you normally would. This also works on a two-step order element. So if we're going to do a two-step, then you would insert a two-step order element, which is going to be your two-step order form here. And then when you highlight the settings on the two-step, you would go to step 2. And then in step 2, you want to show the step 2 settings, and then you should have down towards the bottom, you will have your bump headline, and you will have your one-time offer, your OTO headline. Again, these things here are going to be your bump, so you'll have your headline, your OTO headline, or I'm sorry, your bump headline, your OTO headline, and then your text. So you could set the text here. So we got just a basic one-step order form on this page already set up, so we'll use that, but it works exactly the same for a two-step order form as far as the setup goes. So we've got our bump set up here, and what I want to do is I want to give this some fancy text. I want to put an image in there. I want to highlight some of my text, do what we call copy edit on the text, where we want to bold some sections, italics some sections, and maybe put an image in. Could even put a video in if we wanted to, and maybe put a little box down at the bottom that's got a little bit of a bolder headline. So the quick and easy way to do that is you'll want to go down to the bottom, and I just like to insert a new section. And so okay, sorry about that, and we're back. So what we want to do is actually insert a new section. So I scroll down to the bottom of the page, and what you can do, you can see I've got a new section inserted down here at the bottom of the page. But what you would want to do is basically go to the last section on the page and click the little Add New Section option, or you can go to Sections, Add Section, and then say you want to insert which type of section. I would just go with a small section to contain the content, because it's going to give you a more kind of a realistic look as to what the content inside of the bump is going to look like. So you could just then drag this and insert it down here, and so we're just going to drop that section, and then what you can do is you can actually set that. You could have a background on it if you want to, but really I would leave it and just remove the background, or set that background to transparent, so that it takes on whatever color is inside of the bump. And that's what you want to do. You want this to kind of just fit within inside the bump, but not have its own styles and everything else. You could if you wanted to, but you can play with that design. So, and the next thing we want to do is actually add a new row. And then I'm just going to add and insert a one-column row. And then we can add in, say we want to add in a paragraph tag, and we'll go ahead and we're just adding in our text here. This is going to be like this text here. This is going to be the text of our block, and we want to go ahead, first off, we want to remove all the padding here. That is the big thing. So we want to go ahead and remove this left and right padding. And we want to do that on our section, as well as on our row within that section. So let's go and see if we can't get to our row here. It's going to be a little finicky. There we go. And then let's do the same thing there. We want to go ahead and remove our padding so that it takes up the full width. And so we can we're going to go ahead and leave that one down there, and then we just want to make sure that it's as wide as it can be here. So we'll do this, and then we can go in and we can change this font size up if we wanted to make this a little bit bigger. So we're going to set this font, we're going to do 18. I'm just going to grab this content here, and I'm going to highlight. Since I've already got it typed out, I won't waste the time to do that for you here. But then we can go in and say, hey, this is, we want to bold this word, so we'll make that awesome. And then add some extra line breaks. We'll just add some extra, we'll make that italic. And so we've got some italics there. And then we'll do some more lines. We'll make this underline, bold, and italic. Oh, clicked on the wrong spot. We'll make this, we'll grab that again, and then we'll do underline, italic, and bold, just like that. And then what we can do is we say, hey, we want to insert another element here. So we can go down and we can say, hey, we want to put, let's put a video in this one. So we're going to go ahead and do a video. And so that'll put us a video. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller so it's not, it takes up as much size. We'll make this, say we'll just make this a Wistia video. And we'll go ahead and set this to advanced. And then we'll say like something like half width is probably good. We want it to be a fairly small, small video. You can set that however you want to, but we'll set that in there. And then let's say we want to do something like this, which is, hey, we've got this other kind of, you know, kind of bolded button type look, or a little headline that's going to stand out a little bit. So what we can do is actually insert another row. So we'll go down, scroll down a little bit here, and we want to insert another row here. Let's just do this way because our padding isn't, there's no padding, so it's a little finicky. So we're going to do a 1 column row. We're just going to drop down just right below this one, and we're going to go ahead and do let's first give us our color here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to set a background color on this one so that it pops out a little bit. We'll do a red, and then inside of this we're going to do a new headline, and in this one I want to make this text white, and so we'll make this white. And we're going to make our bold color white as well. And we'll just put awesome call to action. And then let's bump this size down a little bit. We don't need it to be 32. Let's do something more like 24. That's good. And then maybe we don't want this one to be full width. We want it to be, you know, maybe let's say it's like 85% of the width of its container. And so that's it. That's what we want to have for our content. Say we want to put maybe another headline up here. Let's do another another headline above this one, and we're just going to drag this up here, and we're going to get rid of our top margin, and we're going to set the font size down to match. We're going to set it down to maybe 18, and then we'll set this over to be left aligned. And then I'm going to give a little bit of margin on this one. Actually, no, I kind of like it just like that. And we're going to say special one-time offer. And we'll go ahead and highlight. We don't even need to really highlight. We're just going to go in. We're going to set maybe a color on this. So let's set this to red. That way it pops out. That's good. And let's actually, let's set this all to underline as well. So we get that special one-time offer. Okay, great. Special one-time offer, take advantage of this. Okay, we've got a video, we've got a big call to action. We could do all kinds of fun stuff with this too. If you wanted to do like a dashed border, you could do that. We'll do 5-pixel corner radius. We'll do a little full border. We'll do a dashed border, and we'll make this color be maybe like a pink. No, that actually doesn't stand out. Maybe like a blue. No, I don't like that. We'll just do like a gray like that. Just a little something to make it call out, stand out. Okay, so that's our content. That's what we want it to look like inside of our bump. And then the next thing is just to go to the actual section. So we want to highlight the section, and we need to give it a special name so the add-on code knows where to grab the content. And so we're just going to click on the little gear icon for the section. We're going to click the Get CSS Info, which is the little hashtag icon. And then where it says section here, we're just going to put cf-bump-content. And click Update. And that is all there is to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this other section down below because I recreated it. So now we just have the one. This is our CF Bump content, and that's all there is to setting up the content. So I'm going to go ahead and save the page now. And let's go ahead and just do a preview so we can see what that looks like. Okay, so we can see here we've still got just our regular bump content, okay? But down below we have this content here. So now we want that content to go inside the bump. So this is where our fancy code comes in. If we jump into our code editor, you'll actually grab this code from the members area. It'll be probably down below this video. You'll just copy highlight and copy all of that code, and then go into settings, tracking code, footer code, and then go in here and we're going to paste that code in. And again, it was settings, tracking code, footer code, and then we're going to go ahead and click save on the page. And now let's do a preview. And now if we go in, fingers crossed, it will pull all of our content in. So now we have got our content inside of here, boom, inside of our box. We've got everything here. We've got our video, a video play, we've got our highlights and everything else, and we've got a much fancier bump box here. And so that's how that works. The one thing I would recommend is that you then go into your section and make sure and set it to hidden, and you can do that by clicking the hide here. One thing I noticed, let's take a look at our top here. Did we have some margin? Yeah, so you'll want to go in here. We want to get rid of this top padding. That's what we want to do. Okay, there we go. So now if we click save, because you'll notice that what we have here, we've got just on this one, well, nope, neither one of those. You'll see when we go back here that we got rid of our top padding so that our bump box doesn't bump up too high. So there we go. That's more like what we wanted. We didn't want that extra 20 pixels of padding at the top there. So now we're all set. So you can adjust, you know, all the stuff inside your section, your padding, your contents, all that stuff, and then it just gets pulled into the bump box. And then the next thing you'll want to do is actually go in and make sure that you set this box, your bump content section, to hidden so that it doesn't even show on your page. And then we'll click save again. And now let's just do a preview. And now we can see that that content is nowhere on the page. Our section is not there. We don't see it anywhere, but our content is inside of our bump. So that's how that works. Hopefully that all makes sense, and hopefully you put it to good use. This is one that we've used on a lot of projects, and it definitely gives you a lot more power, and you can do a lot better sales copy inside of your bump box by using this add-on. So I'll talk to you again real soon, and take care.